Genesis chapter 4, verses 1 to 16. The story of Cain and Abel. There lived two brothers, Cain and Abel. They were the sons of Adam and Eve, the very first humans God created. Their story is one of love, jealousy, anger, and the consequences of making choices that go against God's will. Cain was the older brother. He was a farmer, tending to the land, planting crops, and harvesting them. Abel, on the other hand, was a shepherd. He took care of the sheep, guiding them through green pastures and protecting them from danger. Both brothers worked hard, but their lives would soon take a tragic turn. One day, both brothers decided to bring a gift to God. It was an important thing to do. Back then, people would offer gifts to God as a way of saying thank you for everything he had done for them. Cain, being a farmer, brought some of the crops he had grown. Abel, being a shepherd, brought the best lamb from his flock. Each gift was a way to show their respect and love for God. But when God looked at the gifts, he was pleased with Abel's offering. Abel had given the best he had, and it was a true, loving gift. But God did not accept Cain's offering. Cain had brought some of his crops, but not his best. His heart wasn't fully in it. Cain was upset. He didn't understand. Why didn't God accept my gift? He thought. His heart began to fill with jealousy, anger, and frustration. God saw Cain's anger and spoke to him, saying, "Why are you angry, Cain? If you do what is right, won't you be accepted? But if you do what is wrong, sin is waiting for you. You must rule over it." But Cain didn't listen. His jealousy and anger took over. Instead of turning to God for help, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He called Abel out into the field. Once they were alone, Cain's anger boiled over. In a moment of rage, he attacked his brother. He killed Abel. God called out to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" But Cain, trying to hide his guilt, answered, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" God said, "What have you done? Your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground. You are cursed. The ground will no longer yield good crops for you. You will be a wanderer on the earth." Cain was scared. He realized the horrible thing he had done. He cried out to God, "My punishment is too great. If I am driven away, people will kill me." But God, in his mercy, gave Cain a chance. He promised that no one would harm him and marked him with a sign to protect him. "Anyone who kills you will suffer 7 times worse," God said. And so Cain left, wandering the earth, carrying the weight of his actions. And that's how Cain became the first wanderer, separated from his family and the peaceful life he once knew. The pain of his choice haunted him forever. Now, what can we learn from this sad story? First, we learn that God wants us to give our best. Abel's gift was accepted because it came from a sincere heart, while Cain's was not. God looks at our hearts, not just our actions. When we do something for God, it should come from a place of love and respect. Second, we learn that anger and jealousy can lead us down a dangerous path. Cain's jealousy turned into anger, and his anger led to a horrible choice. We all get angry sometimes, but we must not let it control us. Instead, we should try to let go of negative emotions and choose peace. And lastly, we learn that God is just, but also merciful. Even after Cain's terrible sin, God didn't abandon him. He gave Cain a chance to live, even though he had made a huge mistake. This shows us that no matter how badly we mess up, God's mercy is bigger than our mistakes. So, the story of Cain and Abel teaches us about the importance of love, honesty, and making good choices. It reminds us to keep our hearts right, even when things don't go the way we want. And it tells us that, even when we fall short, God is always ready to show mercy and give us another chance. Thank you for listening, and remember, your heart matters to God.